Hey all, and welcome back to Fuzzy Ducksy Gaming, and a video this time about how to craft the gear for the Lightning Strike Raider that I brought a build guide out for. Not going to look at every item because a lot of the stuff is just life and resistances. The key items we're going to look at is the weapon, the body armor, and the helmet. Shield, you literally just need to look for +2 max res life resistances, and your gloves, you just need +1 strike, which is Hunter item level 80 gloves. If these are really expensive, like multiple exalts, buy a Hunter glove for probably 2 chaos and either spam alterations or spam the attack fossils. I can't remember what they were called. It's going to be cheaper than paying a few X for it. The items we're going to look at is really what we can do to make our build better and to do it in the most budget way possible. Now, the way you build this character, the chest is really the only item that should cost you a lot of money. If you're spending a lot of money on anything else, then you're doing it wrong. For a claw, you're looking for 4 things. You're looking for attack speed, critical strike chance, flat lightning damage, and another if possible, like cold or fire, and elemental penetration. It either comes from influence mods, which we don't want because it adds other stuff that dilutes the pool of items that we want, or it comes from syndicate encounters. And you just unveil weapons and you'll eventually get elemental pen. It's fairly common. I think I had it within the first sort of 3 or 4 tiers of maps. They're the 4 things you're looking for, but that's your end game claw. So let's say you've just got to maps, white maps, you've got a claw that you have from the campaign. What should you do? So let's bring up Path of Exile Trade, and I'll show you search that I put in and an item that I came across. So what I'm doing as a filter is any claw, local lightning damage of 80, and that averages it. So it doesn't mean it's 80 max, it's 80 average. So this, for example, if the lightning was 4 to 160 something, that would be 80 average. So it's pretty decent lightning damage. I want 1.9 attacks per second and I want 7.5% crit. That gives us everything we need. So I didn't actually expect to find many, but there's a few on here for sale. There's 2 for less than 100 chaos. This one especially interests me because you could override cold damage with elemental penetration. So let's say we were thinking of buying this claw for 70 chaos. Best thing to do is have your build open in Path of Building. This plus sign here copies the item. So let's go into my build. So this is a build that's cleared endgame content. So it's done Conquerors, it's done Cirrus, it's done Guardians, it's done some synthesized maps. Let's put this item in. And you can then actually paste the item into Path of Building, which I think I've already done anyway, but we'll go again. Yeah, I did. So all you do, click in your items, click paste, and it will put the claw in. Now, considering my build's cleared all of the Conquerors, Cirrus, it's cleaned up my Atlas, I've got a few watchstones left to pick up. This is only 5.5% less damage than the claw I'm using. And actually, that cold damage modifier we could replace with penetration. And I think that would make it better. We'll say 10% because 13% is an exalt. Yeah, so 4.3% less DPS. Let's come on to the next stage. Let's say we've searched for a claw and we can't find one. What do we do next? We'll go into the game and we will have a look. There's a few options. Essentially, it's just looking at whether you think it's costly doing it. If you're SSF, you've got no choice. But if you're in trade, it probably is going to cost you more to craft a claw than to buy it, especially when you look at that one for 70 chaos. It's going to be tough to craft a claw that good. But essentially, your essence options are Essence of Wrath, which gives flat lightning damage. You're looking for then either attack speed or crit and craft the other one on. You can use Deafening Essence of Zeal, which gives attack speed. And then you're looking for either lightning damage or crit, craft the other one on. The easiest way I find to do it is harvest crafting and just doing attack more likely rerolls. And that's really all there is to it. It is easier and probably cheaper to buy them. But if you do have to craft Essences of Wrath, Essences of Zeal, and Harvest rerolls. So let's move on to the helmet. So the helmet I've got is Star Conjurer's Head. The only reason I've got it is for the enchant. Lightning Strike Pierce 3 additional targets is really important because it lets us drop these Pierce nodes here. However, it is pretty expensive at the minute. So the reason I've got this is it was the best helmet available with that enchant on. I think I paid an X for this and it will probably be more now. So your options are buy a unique with this on, pay a bit more, maybe 2x for a rare one with this enchant, and then I would just essence craft it with max life. So deafening essence of greed I would put on it. Craft some extra resistance on it if you can, and that will do you. What we're looking for end game is Redeemer helmet with physical taken as cold, but to find one with this enchant on is going to, well, there isn't one, and if there was, it'd be 20x probably. So I would forget about the fizz taken as on your helmet and just get the enchant. That's the most important thing. It's the same thing with the gloves. I'm not going to go through how to craft them because it's just spamming alterations or fossils, but picking up that extra strike allows us to drop all this bit over here that we go to get strike additional targets. So the only other item really left to cover is the body armor, and that is going to be more expensive. It's a minimum of 3x and there's no way of getting around it. Now it depends what body armor you want to craft. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to go to another window, and this is going to be Craft of Exile. Now it depends what chest you want to go with, but the two I'm going to focus on, which are the ones I recommend using in the build, is one has got 15% physical damage taken as cold and minus 15 mana cost to socketed attack gems, sorry. And then the other one is again 15% fizz taken as cold, and attacks have increased critical strike chance. Now luckily crafting them is exactly the same method, they're just different bases. So the two chests that you're looking for the socketed attacks costing less mana is Warlord. It's got to be item level 85. So a 6-link one of those I picked up for I think 60 to 70 chaos. There might be slightly more as the league's got on, but it's nothing groundbreaking. It's probably an X to get this base. If you want to go crit strike chance, it's the Hunter base. Again, I think it's item level 85, but we'll have a look in a sec. So decide what base you want and what method you want to go and pick your item. So let's say we bought it. We're going to go in here and use their emulator. So we're going to create a new item. So this is costly. It's minimum of 3x. It can cost 4 to 5 if your crafting goes if it's a bit nasty. But this chest will do you through the whole game. You'll never have to upgrade this chest unless you get really greedy and decide you want triple influenced, elevated mods, you know, whatever. This is going to do you. So we'll go body armor. We'll say we're going to go dex. Now, don't look for something like an assassin's garb. You can if you've got the currency, but they're probably 5 times the price of anything else. So let's just go destiny leather. Item level 85. Warlord influence. So let's say we're doing the socketed mana cost craft. So you buy your item, get it up to 20% quality. You don't have to scour it because we're going to use an essence that can be used on rare items. Get it up to 20% quality. And really this is a simple craft. We're looking to use horror essences because you'll notice when I put it on there that it gives us 15% of physical damage from hits taken as cold. That can roll on a Redeemer chest, but it's 5 to 15. It's pretty difficult to get the 15. And Redeemer doesn't have minus 15 mana cost. So we'd have to do what I did foolishly and awaken them all together before realizing this even exists. I then bricked the item by trying to annul a shit mod off and I wasted 5x. This is how you craft the chest for less than 5x and have something to show for it at the end. So essentially these are 6 to 7 chaos each at the moment. And you do need to spam them because what we're looking for is a high life roll and an open suffix. So here's an example where you want to use an annulment orb. So we've used 20 of these essences, which is going to be about 120 chaos. I did go through quite a few normal life rolls that would have been decent, but I'm looking for tier 3 up and we've hit tier 2. Now, we need a suffix to do this craft. So what I would do is annulment orb's about 6C. I would try and annul off one of the suffixes. So we've done it, right? So we've removed our suffix. We've now got 115 life, fizz damage from hits taken as cold, and some crap evasion. Now what we want to do, you'll need the prophecy chains unlocked to do it, is we want to craft on our bench. We want to craft prefixes cannot be changed. So let's do that. What this means is no matter what we do to the item, these 3 are staying there. Good thing about this chest is we want an attack mod and there is only one attack mod available and it's the one we want. So we can literally go to harvest, find any reroll attack, which are common. You'll find them in nearly every harvest. So if we go in harvest, reroll attack, just normal reroll, roll the item, and there we've got our socketed mana cost. It's also left us a spare suffix. So actually we can craft some elemental resistances onto that. So let's say we want to do Fire and Cold, tier 1. And there's your endgame chest. 120 life, 40% res, minus 15 attack cost, and 15% fizz taken as cold damage. I tried to buy one similar, but with the Warlord fizz taken as, and there weren't any on the market. So at this stage of the game, you've got to craft them yourself. You do exact same thing for the Hunter one. It's still attack. It's the only attack mod available on the Hunter. Let me just double check to make sure I'm not lying to you. So we go body armor. We go influence Hunter. We go down again. No attacks other than attacks have % crit chance. So in a nutshell, that's how you craft. Essence of Horror, so you get decent life and an open suffix. Prefixes cannot be changed. Reroll attack. There's your item. Hopefully it's got an open suffix or an open prefix, so you can craft either % max life, or you could do ailment immunity, or you can do resistances, whatever you like. And you can get a really decent, pretty endgame chest for not a lot of money. So that covers the 2 items that were most important to me on the build, the chest and the claw. If you need any help, use the comment section of the video and I'll try and get back to you. I will be bringing out a final build guide and update on this build tomorrow. I've made quite a few changes. Is it for the best? I don't know. It's more DPS, but it's a bit squishier. But I'll showcase the new version of the build. Let's call it version 2.0, and you can decide which one you like. So I hope this video has helped. If you're not subscribed, please do, because it will help you keep up with recent videos. Take care and see you in the next video.